Prime Minister Imran Khan has on Thursday held a meeting with his Tajik counterpart Kokhir Rasulzoda after his 2-day arrival in Tajikistan to attend the 20th SCO's Head of State Summit in Dushanbe. At the arrival, Prime Minister Imran Khan was received by his Tajik counterpart and was accorded a red carpet welcome at Dushanbe International Airport, Tajikistan. Imran Khan will have bilateral meetings with other participating leaders on the sidelines of the SCO Summit. After attending the meet, the Prime Minister will have the bilateral segment of the visit. His talks with Tajik President will cover the entire gamut of bilateral relations, especially enhancing trade, economic and investment ties with a particular focus on regional connectivity. The Prime Minister will also inaugurate the first meeting of the Pakistan-Tajikistan Business Forum, for which a group of Pakistani businessmen will also visit Dushanbe. Pakistan and Tajikistan enjoy close brotherly relations underpinned by the bonds of the common faith, history and culture. The two countries have shared perception and a common desire to promote economic development, peace, security and stability in the region, said the Foreign Office. The Prime Minister has been invited by President Imran Rahman, and this will be his third visit to the Central Asia, underlying Pakistan enhanced engagement with the region, said the Foreign Office while announcing the visit. The Prime Minister's visit is part of Pakistan's deepened engagement with Central Asia through Vision Central Asia policy, having revitalized focus in 5 key areas of political ties, trade and investment, energy and connectivity, security and defense, and people-to-people contacts. On the other hand, Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi is also accompanied by a premier at his 2-day official visit to Tajikistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan stated that Pakistan will provide facilities and business opportunities to foreign investors. Presently, the Prime Minister is in Dushanbe to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. While addressing an event where businessmen from Pakistan and Tajikistan were attending, the Premier said he wanted to speak to a joint meeting of businessmen from both countries. I believe we have representatives of 67 Pakistani companies here in Dushanbe. They come from different fields including textiles, pharmaceuticals and logistics, he added. The Prime Minister stated that the price of electricity was too high in Pakistan. We want the KASA 1000 energy project to be completed soon, he said. PM stated there are a lot of opportunities relating to clean energy projects in Tajikistan. He stretched an invite to Tajikistan's businessmen to finance in Pakistan, adding that the Pakistani government was generating prospects and eliminating sprints for its own business community as well. We will provide every help possible to investors in Pakistan, said the Prime Minister. PM Imran Khan momentarily spoke on the Afghanistan issue, saying that peace in the country was dynamic for the district's development. Federal Minister for Planning, Development and Special Initiative Asad Umar and Federal Minister for Federal Education and Professional Training Shafkat Mahmood jointly chaired a meeting here to review the progress of Public Sector Development Program 2021-22 portfolio of the HEC, with emphasis to complete maximum number of ongoing projects in final year 2021-22 and final year 2022 and 23, and rationalize funding of ongoing new projects to ensure diversion of funds toward projects which are nearing completion. Ministry of Planning, Development and Special Initiatives, Ministry of Federal Education and Professional Training and Higher Education Commission have been working in close collaboration for the last 1 month to review the PSDP 2021-22 portfolio of HEC and develop strategy to ensure completion of maximum projects by June 2023. After initial review of Minister of PD and SI teams, a team was held on September 1, 2021 under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Imran Khan to review the PSDP 2021-22 portfolio of HEC. The Prime Minister directed Minister for PD and SI and Minister for FE and PT to further review the development portfolio of HEC with the emphasis to complete maximum number of ongoing projects in final year 2021-22 and final year 2022-23 and rationalize funding of ongoing new projects. Minister for FE and PT directed Secretary FE and PT and Executive Director HEC to hold a meeting on September 17, 2021 to review new projects in final year 2021-22 and list of projects for final year 2023 and 24. Secretary Minister of PD and SI, Secretary FE and PT, Executive Director HEC, Member SNT Planning Commission senior officials from Minister of PD and SI and HEC attended the meeting. Prime Minister Imran Khan has on Friday arrived to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit at Neuros Palace, Dushanbe, Tajikistan. President of Tajikistan, Imran Rahman, welcomed Prime Minister Imran Khan at the start of SCO Summit. He is leading the Pakistani delegation for the 20th meeting of the #SCO Council of Heads of State being held at Dushanbe. The Premier has on Thursday underlined the importance of intensifying structured political ties and fast-tracking trade between Pakistan and Uzbekistan. During a meeting with Uzbek President Shavkat Mirziyoyev on the sidelines of the SCO Summit in Dushanbe, Prime Minister Imran Khan stressed the need for operationalizing the Uzbekistan-Pakistan Transit Trade Agreement and strengthening collaboration in the fields of education, culture and tourism. Both the leaders also aimed at bilateral cooperation with a special focus on trade and economic relations and regional connectivity. Emphasizing the importance of multimodal connectivity, the Prime Minister reaffirmed Pakistan's full support for the visionary Trans-Afghan Railway project and assured all possible support for its early realization. Discussing the situation in Afghanistan, he further highlighted Pakistan's efforts in support of a peaceful, stable and prosperous Afghanistan. Imran Khan also stressed the importance of the international community's positive engagement of Afghanistan to address the urgent humanitarian needs and stabilize the economic situation. Pakistan has reaffirmed the commitment to play its role in supporting the World Food Programme to uplift the people of Afghanistan from humanitarian crisis. Talking to WFP Pakistan Country Director Chris K, who called on him Federal Minister for National Food Security and Research Syed Fakhar Imam, said that the population of Afghanistan was approximately 3.9 million and their wheat requirement was estimated at 6.8 million tons. A statement issued by the Ministry of National Food Security and Research said. The minister said the government will provide all the necessary support to ensure that a humanitarian food crisis do not arise in Afghanistan. The Ministry of National Food Security and Research was committed to providing support to the World Food Programme to enable it to avert humanitarian crisis brewing in Afghanistan. Kay, speaking on the occasion, said that the WFP aims at providing sufficient food nutrition to Afghanistan. The current issue was providing timely food nutrition to the people of Afghanistan, and in this regard, Pakistan can be of crucial importance, he added. During the meeting, both sides agreed to increase coordination to address the food shortage issue in Afghanistan. The Sindh High Court on Thursday reserved its verdict on opposition leader in Sindh Assembly Halim Adil Sheikh's petition seeking the disqualification of Sindh Chief Minister Murad Ali Shah. Sheikh had approached the court seeking Murad's disqualification as a member of the Sindh Assembly for hiding its dual nationality. A two-judge bench headed by Chief Justice Ahmad Ali M. Sheikh, after hearing the arguments of counsel for the petitioner, reserved its order. Earlier, the bench had observed that the Apex Court had itself allowed the PPP MPA to continue working as the Chief Minister. It added that a review petition on the subject of its disqualification was still pending before the Supreme Court. The counsel for the petitioner replied that the Apex Court was examining the issue of CM's dual nationality, while the petition before the SHC had been filed under the People's Representation Act. The bench asked the counsel to satisfy the court about the maintainability of the petition. Sheikh submitted in the petition that in 2012 the Supreme Court had disqualified Shah. Sheikh submitted in the petition that in 2012 the Supreme Court had disqualified Shah and others and directed the Election Commission of Pakistan to initiate legal proceedings against them for filing misdeclaration. However, he further submitted that Shah had managed to get himself elected in a by-election in 2014 by defying the judgment of the Apex Court. In pleading the ECP, Provisional Election Commissioner and Shah as respondents, petitioner Sheikh had asked the HCC to declare the Chief Minister ineligible for holding membership of the Provincial Assembly by declaring the notification of the ECP as null and void. The Senate Standing Committee on Planning, Development and Special Initiatives has directed the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor Authority to complete the under-implementation projects on a fast-track basis by regaining confidence of the Chinese companies. According to my personal sources, the Chinese are not happy with the current progress of CPEC projects as they have approached me to help remove the bottleneck. Chairman of the committee, Senator Salim H. Mandiwala said while presiding over a meeting of the committee. The chair asked Special Assistant to Prime Minister on CPEC Affairs Khalid Mansoor to take responsibility of early completion of the under-construction projects and remove all the bottlenecks in a way of approval of the under-construction major projects, including upgradation of ML1 railway project and hydropower projects. My number one priority is to regain the Chinese confidence, Mansoor said, adding that in this regard, he had personally met with the representatives of 40 of the 135 Chinese companies working in Pakistan. I will take the responsibility of implementation of the projects and I will go myself to all the relevant ministries and divisions to implement the CPEC projects, he added. Mandiwala deplored the government departments were slow and they needed to be pushed to expedite the implementation process. Responding to the complaints of Senator Danish Kumar about ignoring Balochistan under CPEC, Minister for Planning, Development and Special Initiatives Asad Umar said that in the first phase of CPEC, two-thirds projects were related to power which had minimal impact on the local area. A lot of development work was going on in the province, particularly in Gwadar, such as desalination plants, technical training institutes, East Bay Express, etc. In Nishtar Colony area of Lahore, the owner threw acid on the employee while demanding a salary. According to police, 55-year-old Ishaq went to the factory to collect his salary from Yasin, where Yasin, the owner of the factory, threw acid on Ishaq which badly affected Ishaq's face and body. Police said that the injured person was shifted to the hospital while a case has been registered against the factory owner Yasin Ilyas Papu. Over a year and a half has passed since the start of high-level investigation into the infamous sugar scandal, one of the biggest scams in the 3-year tenure of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government, but not a single person among the accused have been arrested so far. On February 21, 2020, Prime Minister Imran Khan had formed a 3-member commission to investigate the sudden price hike of sugar during the month of January 2020. Federal Investigation Agency Director General headed the commission, whereas DIG Ahmad Kamal and DIG Gohar Nafis represented Intelligence Bureau and Anti-Corruption Establishment Punjab as its member respectively. The commission then formed 9 different teams to investigate the sugar scandal, which was a massive one and involved some big names. All 9 teams comprised representatives from the FIA, the Security and Exchange Commission of Pakistan, Federal Board of Revenue, Account General Pakistan Revenues, State Bank of Pakistan, Anti-Corruption Establishment Punjab and Intelligence Bureau. The report on sugar crisis revealed that 2 main groups had obtained maximum benefit during the crisis. One of the groups, JDW, belongs to Jahangir Tareen, who owns 6 sugar mills. JDW obtained 12.28% of the total export subsidy that amounted to 3.058 billion rupees during the period of 2015-18. Ex-Governor Punjab Makhdoom Syed Ahmed Mahmood of PPP is also a partner in JDW Group. The other group, identified as RYK Group, has 4 sugar mills jointly owned by Makhdoom Umar Shahriyar, who is a relative of Federal Minister Khusro Bakhtiar, Chaudhry Munir of PMLN and Monis Ilahi of PMLQ, which is a part of ruling coalition. Among them, they availed a total of 15.83 PC export subsidy amounting to 3.944 billion rupees during 2015-18. The Lahore Chamber of Commerce and Industry has urged the State Bank of Pakistan to intervene for stabilizing the rupee, statement said. LCCI President Mia Tariq Misbah said that the free fall of the rupee poses serious challenges to the economy, adding that the depreciation in the local currency would increase the cost of doing business, inflation, debts, and harm exports. The surge in the dollar rates would increase the import bill, he said, adding that the recent surge in the dollar rates would not only jack up the cost of doing business but also erode the profit margins. Misbah urged the State Bank of Pakistan to ascertain the factors weakening the value of the rupee and check the possibilities for undue speculations and malpractice in the operation of foreign exchange markets. This will help stabilize the rupee and restore the confidence of the business community, he said, adding that the situation was really alarming as Pakistan was importing fertiles, food items, oil, machinery, industry raw materials. The LCCI Senior Vice President Mohammad Nasir Hamid Khan and Vice President Tahir Manzoor Chaudhary said that the government should take immediate measures to assert further devaluation of the rupee to avoid more damaging consequences for the economy. After disruption in gas supply for around 3 days, gas supply to the general industry and its captive power, compressed natural gas and cement sectors have been restored after the completion of dry docking and floating storage and regasification unit at the Karachi port. Federal Minister for Energy Hamad Azhar in a tweet said, dry docking completed and original FSRU restored, this time ahead of schedule also. Just 66 hours of gas curtailment in some sectors that are being restored from tonight. Zero interruption on the power side. Well done SSGC, SNGPL and Power Petroleum Division teams. All Pakistan CNG Association Group leader Ghayas Piracha said that he received notification of restoration of gas supply from the Sui Northern Gas Pipeline Limited and Sui Southern Gas Company. As per the notifications, the CNG stations in Sindh and Balochistan became operational at 6 p.m, whereas the CNG stations in Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Islamabad and other areas will resume the supply of CNG at 9 p.m, he added. SNGPL also announced plans to restore the supply of gas to different sectors. According to the company notification, gas supply to the cement and non-export sector will be restored at 9 p.m. on Thursday, whereas the supply of RLNG to the fertilizer sector will be resumed at 7 a.m. on Friday. The gas supply remains suspended for 3 days in Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and other areas due to the redeployment of the floating storage and regasification unit at the Karachi port. Sources in the private sector said the respective state-owned organizations are not taking interest in resolving issues. The frequent gas supply suspension either due to shortage, dry docking of the liquefied petroleum gas terminal or the FSRU redeployment is the result of inefficiency of these organizations. King of comedy Umar Sharif and his family got a 5-year visa to the United States for cancer treatment. According to details, international artist promoter Rehan Siddiqui said in a statement that legend Umar Sharif will soon be taken to the United States by air ambulance, for which he is grateful to the government of Pakistan. He said that Umar Bhai and his family are coming to Washington DC air ambulance, where Dr. Shihab and his entire team are ready in every possible way. He said that he hoped that the operation led by Dr. Shihab and his team would be successful in Washington DC. Rehan Siddiqui said that he is also very grateful to the media for giving maximum coverage to Umar Sharif and spreading it all over the world. He thanked the government of Pakistan and the government of Sindh for their cooperation with the legendary Umar Sharif. Meanwhile, PPP leader Murtaza Wahab also announced the news on his Twitter account. Even happier to inform that visa has been issued just now. Thank you to the team at US Consulate for the support extended. Talat Iqbal, a Pakistani artist, was admitted to a hospital in the United States. His family stressed that the frame artist had not contracted coronavirus and that he is on a ventilator. According to a story, he was transported to the hospital when a pill stuck in his throat, according to his daughter Sumi Hussain. Her father hasn't been infected with the coronavirus, she noted. The following 36 hours are critical, according to her. Friends and fans were asked to pray for her. Following the death of his daughter Sara a few weeks earlier, Talat's health began to deteriorate. Sumbul Talat, Talat's wife, died of cancer in Texas. He had an impressive acting career in the 70s and 80s and his wife was too a renowned person. Pakistan Cricket Board Chairman Ramiz Raja said on Friday that those responsible for the non-availability of the decision review system will have to bear consequences. Ramiz has directed the relevant authorities to investigate who was responsible for the non-availability of the DRS. Earlier this month, Pakistan and New Zealand agreed to change the status of the 3-match ODI series. Now the series will not be part of the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup Super League. Not arranging the DRS system for the New Zealand series is negligence, said the PCB chairman. Action against those found responsible will be taken without discrimination. Pakistani pacer Shaheen Afridi will now continue the legacy by wearing Shahid Afridi's jersey 10 ahead of the ODI series opener against New Zealand. Shaheen revealed the new kit with number 10 imprinted on the back, a number famously linked with Shahid Afridi for decades in the Pakistan men's team. The pacer took to Twitter and expressed his feelings, saying, "This is more than a shirt number. It represents honesty, integrity and immense love for Pakistan. I am humbled and honored that I will now be representing Pakistan in shirt number 10 of Lala," he added. On the other hand, the future father-in-law of Shaheen praised the 21-year-old speedster and said that he is a truly worthy successor for this jersey representing his country. I wore this shirt with great honor and pride. I am delighted that the number 10 shirt will now be worn by Shaheen, who is a truly worthy successor. Shaheen, I wish you the very best. Continue to rise and wear Pakistan colours with the greatest pride, tweeted the former captain. Shahid Afridi also extended sincere wishes and prayers for the rising cricket star. I wish you the very best, he added. Octavia Spencer, who urged Britney Spears to get Sam Asghari to sign a prenup before their wedding, recently apologized to the pop icon. The Oscar winner addressed the situation in an Instagram post, writing, "Y'all, a few days ago, Sam and Britney announced their engagement, and me being me, I made a joke. My intentions was to make them laugh, not to cause them pain. I apologize privately to this lovely couple and now want to restore just a smidgen of happiness they were robbed of." Spencer went on to say, "Britney's fans have seen her through a lot of heartbreak and she's finally found happiness. We're overjoyed for her, so let us show them some love by using the hashtag no negativity." Asghari, who commented on her post, notices as well, "You are very kind to clarify, but I have no ill will toward you. Misconceptions and jokes come with the territory." Britney Spears announced her engagement to boyfriend Sam Asghari in a Facebook post on Sunday after 5 years of dating.
बोल ब्रीफ्स की वीडियो सबसे पहले देखने के लिए बोल ब्रीफ्स के चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन पर क्लिक करना ना भूलें।